Born to hand jive, baby. And we're
Ding,
live.
ding, ding.
In
Well,
case you're
I was still going through the hand jive personally.
confused, I said, how should we start this live with spirit fingers? And Chachi proceeded to hand jive from
Just what
like
naturally came to me.
the 50s.
The 50s.
When you were like negative 30 years old.
I was.
Hey guys, welcome to the VA Brunch Club. It's been a little while since we've seen you for brunch.
It's been a
And I'm
bit. It's
so
been a
excited
bit.
that you're here. If you can see us and hear us, please put in the comments where you are brunching from and what is in your cup. We love to see the cities that are tuning in or the countries. I think we had a pretty international audience last time.
We did.
Which basically is an international brunch.
That's right. Which is immediately more fancy than like a regular one.
Well,
like a local brunch.
I was going to say the only time I've had international brunch, and I do, is at the International House of Pancakes. So.
Yes, I also do that sometimes too.
Hey, Chicago and Poppy Raspberry Rosé.
What the heck? You just have that on tap, or I don't even know what that is. I'm glad you said rosé because I would have pronounced it rose.
I'm guessing it's a rosé. This is a great opportunity too to invite you to give StreamYard permission because you're a mysterious, appealing person to me now, Facebook user.
Absolutely.
And I don't know your name,
You're
but I
Chicago.
Want to.
You drink rosé and you don't show us your face or name. Jeez.
I know. What's your story? What's your backstory? Honestly, you keep this up. I'm just going to roam the streets of Chicago and I'm just going to hope I run into you.
You'll never find her because she's a spy for the FBI.
Okay. Maybe don't tell us your identity. Just
Carmen,
keep revealing
San Diego. Yeah.
Bits and pieces of you throughout these Brunch Club episodes. It'll be like a mystery episode. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. I have a diet frozen cherry slushy in my cup. You know who this is? Abby Ashley, founder of the CEO. Or her ghostwriter.
The CEO?
Oh, yeah. What did I say?
Founder of the CEO.
You guys, Chachi brings a lot to our friendship, but one of the things I can always count on him for is if you misspeak and he knows what you meant, he'll make sure.
It's my favorite thing to do.
Some people call it a bully. I don't.
It endears me to people, I think. And if they don't like it, then they're not endeared to me. And so I know our friendship will never work anyways. So it's worked out well.
You should let other people tell you whether they're endeared to you.
You're right.
Oh, it's a prebiotic soda.
No, it's not. It's a very fancy drink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're getting less cool. Maybe lie more. We've got Southern California Tahava Peach Black Tea from Carrie Lamar. Very cool illustration on the profile picture.
That's very cool.
How to turn on the permission. Chachi, do you remember how? Does it say it below?
Yeah, there should be a link in the description of this event. And you click the link and you'll go through a yes or no. I think it's just one question and you click yes. Crystal has put on there.
What's that?
Crystal just put the link in there for us, which is awesome.
Wow. And so
Eric has put the link there too.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for your help. Okay, go ahead and try to pronounce this name. This is very fancy.
Aeoliana.
Ooh. Hi, guys. I have a ginger ale and water. Not too fun, but I'm at work. Hey, so are we. What's in your cup today, Chachi?
Actually, what was in my cup, which is now empty.
Dunkin'.
Dunkin' Day. Yeah, it was a Dunkin' Day. Little serotonin, and I got it.
Water, good for you. And there's a very good reason why I'm drinking water. I've recently been through a lot. I won't go into detail, but I was very sick. I was very
please
sick.
Do. We'd love to hear about
Let's not.
The details.
Let's not. Okay. Let's just know I was in bed writhing in pain for almost 3 days straight. But I'm back better than ever. And I haven't had human interaction in like a long time. So I'm coming in hot. Okay.
Nice. All right, let's do
Barbara, are you okay? I just want to know.
Oh, Barbara. Coffee? Jeez. I hope you're a nurse.
Oh, well, that's true.
That's like went straight to not a patient.
Not okay. Okay, let's get started. Okay, if I do this, It's going to bring up our slides. You guys, welcome to the VA Brunch Club. I am Katie. This guy over here is Chachi, and we are your brunch hosts. We are also your Savvy Vault sidekicks inside of the Virtual Savvy. If you have never explored the Virtual Savvy, head to thevirtualsavvy.com. We've got a ton of free resources for VAs or people who are interested in VAs, VA curious, VA experts, all of them, all the like. And today we are going to, I'm the creative and he's the expert. I kind of forgot to introduce ourselves.
It's about it. Yeah.
I love all things branding and design and marketing. And Chachi does all of that, plus really smart things too. Like code.
I'll take it. Code.
And
yeah, I don't code a lot, but yeah, I code a little bit. Yeah.
I code. You know what I do when I'm hitting on guys at the bar? I go, you code? You code?
Do you hit on guys at the bar?
No.
We should talk about that.
My alter ego thinks that'd be a really good opening line.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and so here's how this is going to go today. We are going to start with our misplaced passion. Now, Chachi and I have a lot of pent-up passion about random stuff, but we release it in ways that aren't helpful about really random things that don't ultimately
completely
matter.
Unproductive.
Completely unproductive passion. Then we're going to go into the mindset mimosa. That's going to get your brain ready for all of the juicy meat. I don't love the way I'm describing that. For
just
the
move on. It's going to be good.
Yep. And then we've got a tech tip. And then at the end, of course, we're going to play a game. It is not called What's in a Cocktail. Whoops, typo. The game today, we are actually going to leverage a AI bot to write some copy for us, and it is going to be very funny. Yeah, and it's the theme for the day, and we're going to see how much personality an AI bot is capable of. So this is going to be really funny. We're going to need your guys' help for it. So stick around to the end and we'll play that game. But first, Chachi, I'm very happy to be back here hosting brunch with you. I don't remember the last one. It's been a minute. Oh, wow.
I'm ready.
So toasted. Are any of those actually full of anything you can drink?
This was water from a couple days ago, so that's a hard no. This was today. This was today. I could drink this one. Yeah, I'll drink this one.
I would like to know from anyone in the comments how many glasses or vessels of any sort, empty or full, are on your desk right now. Okay, Chachi, I would like to toast to you, my brunch club buddy. Thanks for all of your hard work around the launch lately. You've done a ton. You guys, Chachi has been the wind beneath my wings. He has been the copywriter that I needed. He's been, thank you. He's been my psychiatrist, my actual physical doctor when I was confused by why I was sick. Really just everything. Anything you need, fill out that tech form and Chachi will diagnose you with any problem you might have. Cheers to you. And cheers to you, brunch clubbers. Thanks for joining us. They're weighing in. Let's see. First of all, hi, Jamie. She's also the woman beneath my wings.
2, 3. Okay.
You know what? I bet it's that Chicagoan that has 3. And I bet she doesn't even tell us what they're full of because she's so mysterious.
Because one of them is poison.
Oh, for her enemies.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I love it. Okay. Yes. Cheers to all of you. Let's get into it. So I'm going to be doing our misplaced passion today. Now, normally Chachis are very negative and I make fun of him for that. And mine are usually pretty positive, but still ultimately way too much passion for something that doesn't need passion.
Right.
But guess what? I'm edgy
Today's
now.
negative. Today's negative.
So negative.
Yes. Let's turn the pages. Okay, let's go.
Look out. I got a passion and I'm going to rant. I'm going to vent.
Oh, yes.
You never
and then I'm going to shame you at the end for feeling negative. It's going to be great. Go ahead.
Good.
I'm ready.
I'm going to get mad and you're going to be like, I'm scared of her. She's so negative. So here I go. Okay. Ready? My misplaced passion today is when your virtual home assistant also doesn't listen to you.
Yes. Okay.
Do you have an Alexa or something like it?
I do. I have both.
What are both?
Google and the other one. I can't say the name because then she'll come off. Yeah.
Let's prove it.
Alexa,
She didn't listen to
Well,
you.
no,
This
she
is
did, but she's
perfect.
waiting for me. She's waiting for me. She's waiting for me to
Oh,
say
I see.
something.
She's waiting for her command
Oh,
from
did you
her
hear?
master.
Did you hear? Yeah. She's waiting.
I have a dream once where I get a Google and Alexa and I just get them to start talking to each other. I think that would be really
Mhm.
fun. And I want them to be friends. Like, I just think that they should have company.
Be
Let
careful,
me let I know I don't want them to
because
take
the
over.
future is now, and they
I
will be,
tell my kids, I'm like, treat Google with respect.
for
Like
sure.
just in case.
For
Like,
sure.
'cause sometimes they're like, "Ugh." Anyway, let me know in the comments if you guys have a virtual home assistant. I have a Google and she doesn't listen to me. She listens to every voice in the house except for me. I don't understand it. She listens to Jared every time. So I think it's probably she's got like some deep rooted like sexism, I think, where she's
Oh,
just
it's
like,
true, it's true. I was just
all
about to
over
say that. I think
really?
my yes, yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
It's very unfortunate. Sometimes I'm like trying just to get some peaceful morning music when I'm already a little tired and a little sleepy. I was like hoping, like you'd help me out. But no, she'll ignore me. She'll humiliate me in front of my kids. Immediately
Mhm,
I feel like I have no credibility. I have no way
right.
I can't then discipline them. They're like, she doesn't listen to you. Why should I listen to you? So yes,
Ooh,
thank you, virtual home assistant who also doesn't listen to me.
and then you, like,
Um,
overcompensate, and you become a person that you've never been before, and you're like, "Hey, stop doing that," and your kids are like, how come you're yelling at them?" And then you start yelling at them, and then before you know it, you're in jail and all of this stuff because they didn't listen to you, right?
because they didn't listen to me. That's right. Because
Right?
they put me
That's
in
what happened, right?
right, Chachi? You okay, bud?
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
No, what I was what I was gonna say was there is something that I have noticed that happens with all of my friends who I see talk to a virtual assistant who then doesn't listen to them, and it's almost like you get, like, your parenting discipline voice on because it's a little
Mhm.
embarrassing. So, like, when your friends are over and you're like, "Hey, Google, play some music," and then they don't, everyone's kinda like, "Oh, she listened!"
Oh, she's showing you. She is showing you.
Okay, well, now you're embarrassing me in a different way because now you're ruining my credibility again. Um, but then it, like, doesn't play music or whatever, and then you you have this moment where you're kind of like it's almost like when your kid didn't listen to you in front of your friends, like, Hey, you need to stop pulling your sister's hair," and they're still doing it, and you're, like, looking at your friends like, Hey, you need to stop pulling your sister's hair. Nora, you need to stop pulling your sister's hair." So it's like people do the same thing for their assistant. They're like, "Hey, Google, play some music." And then they'll get like close to it. Like it's like disciplining a child. They'll like get closer
Listen,
and
you
and they'll
better
be like,
figure this out.
they'll be
Better
like,
straighten up.
"Hey, Google, play some music."
I
And
know that
it's
you
like,
can hear me. I don't know why you're acting that you can't. I know that you can, and you better straighten up real quick. Okay, Google? Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%.
anyway, if you haven't noticed it before, you'll notice it now. Google is just another kid that will not listen to you while your friends are over. It is embarrassing. Can anyone relate to this? Emily says, not only
Sorry.
does she not listen, sometimes she does the opposite of what I asked. Turn down? Nah, I'll turn up.
Mm.
What'd you have?
Karina says that she replies in Spanish, and I don't have that problem. I think you should
Wow!
be nice. You should probably be nice because if
You
your
should be
Alexa
nice.
is speaking 2 different languages, I don't
It's
know,
getting smarter. It's getting
it's
smarter.
multilingual already? Wait a second. I don't know, I
I
didn't
tell
teach
my
it that.
kids, and then we can move on from this. I didn't know how much rich content there was gonna be from this passion, but, I tell my kids, you know, this is why I tell them this. I say, Kindness is a habit, and so even though it's, like, kind of funny to be like, "Ugh, Google, I said this." Like, you would never talk to a human like that. You wouldn't talk to your mom,
Right.
or your parents like that, whatever.
Mhm.
Kindness is a habit. We are what we repeatedly do. So just treat this robot as if you were treating someone you were asking them something, is what I say to them because that sounds logical. But what
Right.
I'm thinking is, you gotta be nice to robots. Like,
'Cause
do
they
not get on
will
the robot's bad side.
eventually. Have you seen the Terminator? Like, you ever
Uh,
heard of Skynet? It's a
uh,
thing. Yeah,
it's a thing.
for sure.
So
It's a
be
thing.
nice to robots. Do all right. That was silly, but let's go to the mindset mimosa. Chachi, please change my life. No pressure.
All right, no pressure. Every challenge is an invitation to an opportunity. At the onset of
Wow.
this whoa.
I'm sorry. Can we say that slower?
Every challenge is an invitation to an opportunity.
Did you write that?
I did. I'm sure somebody else wrote it first. I just wrote it here in the moment. I just sort of feeling it
I'm not
because
gonna
when we
fact check it. Chachi wrote that.
I wrote it
Chachi
at the
Diaz.
onset of this training, we talked about a little bit about ChatGPT and how that's
Mhm.
going to be sort of the theme for today. So it's a really good example. And so what I mean by this, and if you've watched our mindset workshop on from Savvy Vaults, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, we talked a lot about this. But
It's called the
sometimes when you're,
Up-to-Date VA, and it is still
yes, really good,
live.
very, very good. If you're in something in some sort of industry or niche or skill set, if you're a copywriter, graphic designer, or whatever, you're trying to find your passion. Eventually, you're going to come to a place to where maybe sometimes you're losing your passion just a little bit, and you need something that is going to stir the leaves a little bit. I don't know why I chose that analogy, but that's just the first thing that came. Just kind of uh, stir things up a little bit. And so, what is happening right now in almost every industry with this AI software is that you can either A, get on board, figure out what it is, how to use it, or B, it can sort of leave you behind into where um, this is an opportunity to learn a new technology that is going to impact the world. And I don't say that hyperbolically. I'm not saying that this is, it's going to change the world. It quite literally is probably going to change the world. It's an industry disruptor for almost every major market. So, realtors, obviously, marketing is going to be the huge one. Medically, so many different industries are going to start using this AI software and already have. Like this is already something that is going to happen. Google is already using this and is going to put out in Google Workspace. You won't even need to open your emails anymore. It's going to give you a summary of everything that is in your inbox with the click of a button, right? This will quite
Whoa.
literally change the world. So this is an opportunity for you to learn something new, to learn how to be the expert in that specific thing. So this is kind of a 2-for-1 deal because we're going to talk a little bit about Chat GPT a little bit later on. But um, don't think of this as Chat GPT, OpenAI, all these different things as something that is not relevant to you. This can be something where you can become not only an expert, but become the source, or not only the expert in your specific niche, but in your world, like in your little sphere. People can go to you to ask you how you do this for your home life,
Mm.
right? For your business, for your church. You know what I mean? There's so many different ways that you can help by utilizing this software. And it's also an opportunity for you to figure out if you like doing what you're doing, right?
Hmm.
Learning something is going to take a lot of energy, and it's going to take a lot of emotional energy and mental capacity. So if you're a copywriter or a graphic designer and you're like, I just can't learn something else new, I can't, then it's probably a good indication that maybe you need to do something different, right? So it's just an invitation to an opportunity to either continue down a road that you're already on, or to get on the off ramp and try something different. And ChatGPT is one of the things that is going to be a disruptor for the world. So I would highly recommend that you get on board with this. And we'll talk about how to do that at the very end of this live today.
What a tease. That's so good. Yeah, and I would love to know, anyone who's listening in, and you, Chachi, if you have one, has there been another, challenge or interruption in your past that felt like a big obstacle but ended up being just fine, or an opportunity once you were on the other side of it? Anything ever happened in
Mm.
your industry, Chachi?
In my industry, yes. Canva was a really big one. And I think a lot of
Mhm.
people, when I did a lot of graphic design and web design and things like that, Canva was a really big one because it made Adobe Photoshop. It didn't make it obsolete, but it made it the bar that you would use that made it infinitely higher, right?
Mm,
So again, that was a challenge, that was an opportunity, because now if you know Adobe Photoshop and you know the intricate things that it could possibly do, you do become that expert, right? There is a lot to learn. But then also you want to make sure that you do know Canva at the very least, because there's going to be a lot of people that are using it, and maybe the people that are hiring you are the people that say, I don't care if you know Photoshop, I don't even know what that is, but I know what Canva is, and I want you to know how to do
mm.
that. So you do have to do both. And Canva is doing some incredible things that Photoshop is not doing yet, and it could potentially do, but it's just not that it's not there yet, but you can do it in more steps, but Canva makes it incredibly easy to do it. So things like that. But I think what everybody went through, the world went through, in which I kind of make a comparison to ChatGPT, is the iPhone. The iPhone was a disruptor for the world, and I don't think that we all knew what that was at the time. All of us thought it was just another phone, right? But when they introduced the App Store, and now entire companies have their own app, it created more, multimillionaires and billionaires, and we thought it was a phone. But we all know, because we probably have iPhones and Androids and have this thing attached to our hip, that it's much more than a phone for us. It's almost a lifeline. We become addicted to this thing, right? You don't become addicted to a phone. You become addicted to the symbol of what it is in your life. So I think ChatGPT is going to be on that same sort of wavelength, that it will be an industry disruptor for every single industry in the world.
Wow. You heard it here first, folks, or on the news any night this past month.
I probably heard it from somewhere and you heard it here, but somebody else
I
said it first.
heard a stand-up comedian say, I might blow it, but it was like, calling the iPhone a phone is like calling, I don't know, name a really fancy car. I'm like struggling.
Like a Ferrari.
A Ferrari,
Nah.
like calling a Ferrari a cup holder. It's like,
yeah.
it's so true. Yes, I love that. And one more thing, and we'll move on. One thing you said that stood out to me was, you were able to become probably a Canva expert pretty quickly because you already did know Adobe. I have felt that as well. Like, I think I learned Canva, I don't know, in an hour, because I had so much backstory. And part of that is like, my 4-year degree in design school, and learning all the actual technical design skills, it just makes something like Canva that is super user friendly. I'm even faster than the fastest,
Absolutely.
Canva engineer. So like, don't discount the expertise you're bringing into something that's making it easier. And the same with ChatGPT, if you're using it for copywriting. If you already have the background in copywriting and you know what's technically good copy, you're going to be able to use this to leverage your
100%.
expertise you already have. So don't discount like taking the old manual, nitty gritty things that you've learned, and then leveraging like technology. If you can combine those two, you're going to be unstoppable.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, and we'll talk about this again at the very end. But yeah, I completely agree with you. With people with Canva right now, everybody's going crazy about the new Canva feature of layers, and it's like, layers. I had layers in 1998. You know what I mean? In Photoshop. So it's vice versa. Canva can do things that Adobe Photoshop is not doing yet with the click of a button, and Photoshop has been doing things that Canva's been doing for ages. So yeah.
Both things can be true, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. So I am getting real excited about this niche quiche today. It is about standing out in a crowded marketplace. Let's do this, Chachi Diaz.
Yes. All right. Tip 1 to stand out in a crowded marketplace: use your personality. There can only be one you, and that is enough. And the reason why I say it that way.
Whoa, did you write that?
Oh my gosh. No, I didn't actually.
Oh, okay.
ChatGPT. No, I'm just joking. I did write that, but it's not that impressive. If there's one thing that I could stress to you, is that we have talked again in the up-to-date VA one. It was an emotionally charged live, because we brought up a lot of this mindset stuff that affects you as an entrepreneur. So I say that that's enough, because you have to know that people still want to talk to people. We're talking a lot about ChatGPT and all that other stuff, but I'm not going to look for a ChatGPT, graphic designer, or a ChatGPT. That's great for some stuff. But if I'm working and investing in a company that's going to partner with my vision and my dreams, I'm investing in a person. I want to work with a person with a personality and a family, or, interests and personality, all that stuff that makes up a human person. So be human, and be okay, and be ready and willing to be human. If you are a humorous person, use your humor in your copywriting and in your sales pages and in your socials, right? If you really love your religious tradition and you want to help Christian entrepreneurs or Islamic entrepreneurs, or whatever your religious tradition is, then use that because that is a part of your personality and a part of your background.
Mhm.
And I think some of us can get the wrong idea that we have to be polished and professional and strip everything away that makes us human. But it's exactly the opposite. Obviously, you want to be professional and you want to put on a facade of, not a facade, but you want to put on a representation that you are a professional who knows what they're doing. But you
Mm.
also want to make sure that you don't strip it so much that you might as well be a robot. You are a human person. Let's use
Whoa.
that. Whoa, let's
Mm.
use it to your advantage and stand out in a crowded marketplace.
I love that. Natasha says, stand-up comedian here. Humor is my superpower. To Natasha, I have so
Absolutely.
many follow-up
Oh
questions.
my gosh. Oh my
Um,
gosh.
well, and I'm bringing that up because I also do comedy. I do improv comedy on a team. I don't do stand-up. I do write sketches and do improv. But when I was starting my photography business, there's part of me that is like, I've got this comedy side, and then I've got this, person who's probably experiencing a little bit of imposter syndrome. Oh my gosh, I'm going to publish a website and say I'm a professional photographer, and I'm like going to show up at
Yeah.
people's weddings. They're going to give me thousands of dollars. Okay. The fear is like, well, then, okay, delete the joke, delete the joke, delete the joke. Cause I need to be serious and worthy of their thousands of dollars. I need to be someone that they're going to be like, okay, good. They're coming to my wedding. They're not going to like embarrass me with jokes. Right. Like, you've kind of got to read that whole like
Mhm.
balance there. But at the end of the day, I, I don't need to appeal to 3,000 brides a year. At the time, I needed to appeal to 20 brides a year because that's all I could
Right.
handle. There's
Right.
20 weddings is
Right.
every other weekend, and that's enough. And so, I've got this, if you're talking about it in the funnel, I've got thousands and thousands of brides coming to my website. I only need to convert the ones that are going to want to be around this on their wedding day.
Whatever
And
this is.
whatever this is. I did dial it back. I didn't like take over and try to be the bride most of the time. I did wear white and a veil, but that's normal.
Yeah,
Um,
usually people do that.
so uh anyway, so I always say like part of marketing is to attract, of course. Um, but there's another big part that is like to repel the people that you do
Mhm.
not want as clients, that are not going to bond with you well as clients, because you do get to be choosy. And by doing that, you're going to stand out as like, whatever, the funny photographer. My brand ended up being like the happiest day possible, basically. Like, it is the happiest day of your life. There are other brides that it's like the first image on their homepage is just everybody's crying, and it's like highly emotional and dark and moody, and it's like, I don't know, is it a funeral or is it a wedding? But people are like into that too. Like, they just want to be so raw and like emotional and present on their wedding day.
Yeah.
I tried that for like a summer, and it felt so inauthentic to me. Like, I kept trying to like get them to be serious, but I just wanted to crack jokes and make light.
Yep.
Like, who are you really? Now show up as your genuine self as an entrepreneur, and the clients will find that attractive and they'll book you.
Absolutely. When I used to try to put some humor in a few things back in the day when you still used business cards. On my business cards, I would have, "Hi, my name is Chachi. Yes, from Happy Days." And because I was serving clientele that were business owners back in the day, these were all people who watched Happy Days growing up. So immediately when I gave them
Perfect.
my card, they'd be like from Happy Days. And I'm like, yeah, that's what
And
I
then they
said, like from
remember
Happy
you.
Days. And it broke the ice. And I got a lot of clients that way, not because they knew who I was, but they remembered that I broke the ice with some sort of humor. And so it kind of endeared me to them. And I also know that when you said that repelling is a
Mm.
huge part of what we're doing here, I know that people probably started cringing, like, I don't want to turn clients away. And I think you think that you don't want to turn clients away, but what's
You
going to
do.
happen? Yeah, you trust me, you do, because when you start to work for clients that are not like you, that don't appreciate your skill set, and that are just kind of on price and all of those different things that are not based on who you are as a person and what you can do and what you can provide for them, you start to create a business that you hate. And
Mm,
what
mm.
happens is that when you start to create a business that you hate, you start to question your dream. You start to question, what am I really doing here? Do I really want this? And then you stop. And
Yeah, you
then
burn out.
years later, you're like, why did I stop doing that? Oh, it's because I was working with clients I probably hated and created a business that
Mm.
I hated as well. And it could be a really killer for your business. So make sure that you're attracting the right people in your business and your clients, because it can really make or break, your dream.
I love that so much. And guess what was on my business card? We're like the same person.
What was it?
My business card was like a big speech bubble, and it said, "Hey, good looking, can I take your picture?" I was like, my brand was like hitting on people, and it worked.
Nice. Yeah, and you still flirt with guys at the bar apparently.
You know what I say when I go to the bars? I say,
Can I
"You
take your
code?
picture? You code? Yeah. Do
You code?
you mind if I take your picture while you code?
Hey, bro, can you code while I take you? Can I draw you like one of my French girls?" That's what I say.
Oh my, that's good.
Okay, tip 2.
Niche down. Talk to somebody, specifically somebody, and someone. And we talked about it right now, but we're talking to a specific person here. And when we talk about niching down, we talk about your personality, but we're also bringing in who you're serving and what you are doing. So if you are, let's say, a copywriter, that is a niche, which is great. It's a great first start, and you can really make a great living as just a copywriter. Now, the next part of that is you start to work for a specific person inside of copywriting. That, again, that could be Christian women entrepreneurs is a very popular one. It could be women who like to cuss. There's a whole, like they'll put that on their sales page. Not like, hey, I'm looking for women who like to cuss, but like, hey, are you ready to make, a kick a website or whatever? And so you're going to attract a certain person and repel a certain person. So you want to make sure that you're talking specifically to somebody. Do your homework when in terms of ideal client ideation. Make sure that you talk about their demographics. What are their pain points? What are they dealing with? Who is the person that you want to work with, and create a business around niching to that specific person.
I love that. And speaking of Chat GPT, I've noticed when you try to add personality, sometimes it'll just start adding in cuss words
It
eventually.
does. Yeah. It loves that word. And I'm like, man, we should really figure out, like, maybe you need to give it a list of cuss words that you like. I think that's
Oh my
Christian.
goodness,
Yeah. There you
this is
go.
my own
That
niche. I'm a Christian
there you go.
businesswoman who likes to cuss.
Right
Perfect.
there. Whatever,
Also, Jamie Nickerson, who is my marketing contractor, by the way, and she is a lifesaver, and she's the best thing that ever happened to me besides you, Chachi, obviously. She's in the dating market. She's been dating, so she says she's stealing
Oh,
my pickup lines. So just so you know, it was still useful for someone, Chachi. She's
absolutely.
she's
Absolutely it
gonna go to
is.
a
Well, we'll see
bar
about that.
and no,
Yeah, I don't
it's
know. Well,
foolproof.
yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
It's foolproof. She's gonna go to a bar and she's gonna be like, "You code?" And she's gonna be like, "Katie, we're getting married. It happened so fast. I don't know what happened. It was so powerful."
ChatGPT is actually marrying us. They're actually you can make them efficient.
They probably can.
They probably can, for sure.
Also, before we move on, I just wanted to make sure we are representing the drama that has been happening in our
Oh,
comments.
the
Um,
drama.
yeah, the drama. So earlier, there was a very mysterious person
Oh,
who
right.
drinks whiskey from one and poison from the other,
Yes.
but is immune to poison and also has
Right.
what did we decide her side hustle was? She's like an
Uh,
assassin,
yeah, she's like a
something?
CIA assassin. Yeah.
CIA assassin, lives in Chicago and drinks rosé straight from the bottle.
Yeah.
Her name is Marissa Kelly.
Oh no, you've shown her face. Now
Yeah,
she has to go into hiding
she
forever.
does. She does have to
Oh
go into hiding.
no.
Or
Poor Melissa.
everyone here who sees this is gonna be mysteriously poisoned.
Next
So
year, next whenever we have this, there's gonna be nobody here, and we're like, where'd they all go?
and they'll all just be Chat GPT avatars. Okay,
Oh my
next.
God. All right.
Tip 3.
Use the power of story. And I put a little qualifier here. Don't manipulate people. Like, we're not
Oh,
like, if you, I don't
I
know,
love
like if
that
you
you
broke
said
your
that.
leg, don't use a, emotional thing about how your life got turned upside down because you broke your leg, unless it really did. But usually broken legs, I don't know. Maybe that's a bad example because maybe maybe somebody here really did, you know,
Like
have a
Sarah, like
life-changing.
your
Yeah,
close
yeah,
friend.
maybe that's what it is. But I mean, like, if you get a paper cut, don't be like, I spent, 17 days in the hospital and came out on top, sort of thing. But emotion is such a powerful appeal, and using the power of story is a very, very powerful thing. How you got into your business, why you want to work with a specific niche, why you decided to become whatever you are to become. So many of us just want to list what we can do, our resume. all these sort of things. But we have to put it in a way that people are able to consume it and digest it. And the power of story is just an incredibly effective tool to sell your services and for people to get aligned with your mission, most importantly. Because again, you don't want to work with people who who want to work with you because you're the cheapest person. No. You want to
Mhm.
work with people who are aligned to your mission, and they don't know that your mission unless you can emotionally appeal to them through the power of story. Does that make sense?
And I wanna emphasize, like, every single person has a story. I
Oh,
used to
so good.
be really, sort of self-deprecating in my early 20s, like, I don't nothing really dramatic or anything has really
Yeah.
happened to me. Just tell what has happened to you or tell why you're doing what you're doing. I mean, everyone here has a story, so I don't think it has to be a certain amount of drama or devastation. Like, just be real. Just talk about what you were doing before you were doing this and why this is better and why you care, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't need to be anything crazy, and it doesn't need to be anything again life altering, where something change the trajectory of your life. I think people can get on board with just the general feeling of maybe you felt lost at a certain time, or you didn't know you didn't know what you didn't know, and
Mm,
so many of those little maybe we can call them micro feelings, or just those little things that maybe we don't know that everybody else is kind of dealing with. The power of vulnerabilities is incredibly effective in using that vulnerability to craft your story, to get people aligned with your mission, can really
mm.
make you stand out in a very crowded marketplace. If you're in a specific niche like graphic design or something like that, it's a little bit more competitive.
Ooh, and you know what is, coming top of mind right now? Um, so we have a product that is actually launching really soon, and it is called Savvy Circle. Now,
Hmm.
this is like a very it's so good. It's so good. Chachi's a teacher inside of it. It's so good. It's a
Oh, you are too,
very
though.
it's a very targeted audience. It's like if you're wanting to make like, if you're wanting to be like a six-figure VA, if you're wanting to make like 10K months. So it's really appealing to people who are wanting to not just like replace their income, but like blow this thing up and be
Yep.
like incredible. So that's launching soon, and the people in there are like unbelievable, like powerhouse people. So, but when I was sourcing stories about that product, I was asking the coaches inside it because some of these have like unbelievable revenue and unbelievable, one person has 40 people, like a 40 member team now, when they just started it from their living room and whatnot. But one of our coaches was like, you don't have to share my story. It's not very impressive. And I was like, well, what is your story? And she's like, well, I don't have like the 40-person team, and I don't have like I'm not making like multiple six figures. Oh, hey, Lynn. But you know, I was able to replace my 40, 60 hour a week, like soul sucking corporate job
Mm,
by
yeah.
just working at home for like 15 hours a week. And I go, hello, like
Man.
that's
Yeah.
quite the story. And she's like, I just
Yes.
never wanted to have like the 40-person team or the whatever. I just wanted to have more time. And I'm like, first of all, that story is probably way more massively appealing and more,
Yes.
widespread and universal than the people that have the 40-person team. So just don't even underestimate if you feel like your story is sort of ordinary. Like that's probably going to be really really resonate with a lot more people than just these very niche incredible like how did they even do that stories. And I love
Absolutely.
what our team member Emily Jeffries says. And don't be ashamed of your story. It took me a
Mm,
long while to embrace mine, but I
mm,
promise your story needs to be told. Someone needs to hear it.
100%. Yeah. You are enough. You are enough, and use that in your business for sure.
Beautiful. Tip 4.
All right. This one's a big one. This one is something that I need to hear myself.
Me
Our
too.
CEO, Abby Ashley, is a great inspiration for us. She says this all the time. She practices it all the time. Action over perfection. Analysis paralysis, meaning this constant need to redo everything or think things through, can be a silent killer in your business. It is so important to
Mm,
just start. And this is kind of almost counterintuitive to what we're doing, because we're trying to think through, like, how are all the different ways that we need to stand out in this crowded marketplace? And so you're going to start thinking, okay, how can I use this? Or how can I use this? How can I use this? But don't overthink it to death, right? You have to start somewhere. Put yourself a little list. I'm going to put these power words in my sales pages or I'm going to start using humor. Okay. That's check one, whatever. I'm going to craft my story. That's number two, and then start getting out there. So don't overthink this and think that you have to, solve every single problem and put, humor in everything before you, publish that sales page or publish the next social media thing, whatever it is. You have to start. And if you don't start, we can just be in this constant rumination of thoughts and mindset dips and all these different things, and it can end up just being a killer in our business. You got to start. You got to get going.
Amy Poehler says in her book, Yes, Please, which is it's a member of my canon, my very important books. She says the thinking about the thing is not doing the thing. Talking about the thing is not doing the thing. At some point, you have to actually do the thing. And you know what the worst of the worst people are the people who criticize the people who did the thing. Yeah. When they didn't do the thing, they just sat and overthunk the thing and never did the thing.
Right. Yep.
Don't be that person. Imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. Ugh.
Yeah. And I'm not sure
convicted.
I don't know anybody like this, but there are some people that maybe can have the perfect action. That's just not what I've achieved yet. So it's hard to get to perfect action. So start with imperfect action and work your way up if that's a place that we can get. But don't think you have to be perfect, because you don't.
It's so good. I just want to celebrate Jamaica, who says 6 figures is in her view.
Heck yeah.
Jamaica, are you a member of the Savvy Circle? Just curious. Just wondered if one of our students showed up. Not, okay. Is there another one? Oh, that was it. Okay. So now we've been teasing what the tech for a long time. I have a feeling I know what it is. Oh, it's just
you for sure.
What?
The great reveal. Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know what ChatGPT is currently, it is an AI software. It just looks like a chat feature like that you would see anywhere, and you give it prompts and you prompt it to perform some action for you. So, for example, I can give it a prompt and say, "Give me 10 of the most corniest dad jokes that you could ever do," and it will prompt that. So
did you prompt it that recently?
Not the 10 dad jokes, but I asked me to give it 3 jokes that was appropriate for a 5-year-old, and it did. And we laughed for hours based on like me and Micah are now getting our material because he's a jokester too. So we have to start learning.
What I should do is I should prompt that for pickup lines for the next time I'm at the bar.
You should start there. So I'm going to show you how to use it today, because it's really important that you learn how to use it. And Katie was talking earlier where she said, if you're a copywriter and you're like, oh, this is going to take my job. It could take your job, but you can leverage your skill as a copywriter to learn how to be skillful in ChatGPT as well. And the reason why I say that is because it is the quality of the prompt that will result in the quality of the return or the result.
Absolutely.
So I could sit there all day and say, ChatGPT, sound more playful, sound more this. But as a copywriter, you would probably say, sound more, insert whatever word, right, that your clients have probably used with you. And you probably have done all of the sourcing information, and you can put all of this source information from your client into ChatGPT, where I'm here like, I don't even know how to source clients for what words they should be using, or, you know what I mean? So you have so much more skill that you can put into ChatGPT to give it more data than what I would. So it would never take away your job. What I would probably be looking for if I was hiring a copywriter is I want a skillful copywriter who is also very efficient in using ChatGPT. So what would take me, let's say, a week to do a sales page and write a sales page for myself, copywriting for myself, it would take me a week. With ChatGPT, it might take me a couple of days. For you as a copywriter, it might have taken you a couple of days to begin with, but now with ChatGPT, you can get a great result in maybe hours. So you still have leverage, even if you're a copywriter using this for different things. Okay. So I can start presenting my screen. Let's see if I do this correctly. Okay. I'm going to show you how I've been using it already. I'm going to start with a new chat. Okay. All right. So this is chat.openai.com. Now this is a free version of ChatGPT. You can upgrade to Plus, and what this does is sometimes if people are using ChatGPT too much, you won't be able to access ChatGPT on the free plan. But if you upgrade to like $20 a month, you can use it anytime that you want, and it gives a faster response speed, but it's still really fast even on the free plan. And ChatGPT 4 is about to be released. It actually is released. So if you are on that upgrade plan, you can get access to ChatGPT 4. ChatGPT 4 is scary. I can tell it, hey, I want you to, it really is. I can tell it,
And they're like, I just
want you to
finished.
create
Oh, you
me,
don't finish.
I can tell it, I need a website with 5 pages that include these 5 pages for this ideal client. This are my services. And it will not only give me the copy for that, it'll generate the code for that website.
Whoa.
So it's coming for web designers also, and it's coming for WordPress. And it's, again, you have to leverage your skills as whatever you are and learn how to do it alongside ChatGPT. You will no longer have the luxury to sit back and let this, because it will overtake you. Okay. So that being said, let's start. So what we can do is, let's say that we want to, we're about to sell and make our signature offer as a virtual assistant. Okay. So we can say, create, first thing you want to do is you want to say act as an expert copywriter. Okay? That's the first thing, the first prompt. And you can say something to the effect of, I am creating an offer for Christian women business owners. And I want to name it. And let's say that you are I don't know, give me something, inbox person, a customer service rep. Services customers. My service is customer service. That includes, what does customer service people do?
Inbox management, calendar management.
Calendar management, inbox management, appointment setting,
Basic bookkeeping.
email. No, basic bookkeeping. That's good. Basic bookkeeping. Generate 10 names for my offer. That include humor and playfulness. Okay.
Wow.
It's
Let's
going
see how it
to
does.
graceful business bliss. Ooh, that's a good one. Sanctified Solutions. Ooh, heaven sent help. Joyful juggling genies. What? So, and the beauty of this is that, right, it's going to
Favored and focused. Number 10. Number 10.
Favored and focused is so good. So good. Okay. So here I have 10 things that I would have never have been able to come up with myself, right? I would have had to have hired a marketing person and a copywriter person to help me figure out who I'm actually talking to, right? Okay. So now, I
don't really love any of those, I'll be honest.
I like number 10.
Okay.
Generate 10 different taglines using number 10. Okay, so now you have favored and focus. Your divine advantage, favored and focused customer service with the faith-driven fempreneurs, right? There's so much that you can do with this. And then if you, let's say that you want to follow up with one of these things, and you can say, I'd like favored and focus, generate me favored and focus with a tagline that is more professional, right? Or you can make it, what's even more powerful is that you can give it a piece of copy that you wrote yourself, and you can say, analyze this piece of copy. Generate me a paragraph that sells this using my specific writing style. So then it doesn't sound like a bot or anything like that. It sounds like something that you wrote yourself. Incredible.
How are you feeling watching this? Is this their first experience with Chat GPT, or is it blowing your mind? It kind of looks like our own Abby Ashley says, shut the front door. So yes, Eric has never used it before, so this is probably blowing a lot of shocked and surprised. It is pretty mind blowing. Chachi and I both have dove into it the last couple weeks, and basically just keep sending each other copy, going, "Look, look what it did."
It is just remarkable. It's
It's very
remarkable.
good.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really, really is. So again, this isn't only something that you would use in your business. You can do this as in your personal life, right? So you see on the left-hand side, I said full body workout plan, right? So I gave it
Ooh.
parameters. I only want 30 to 40 minutes. And I only have dumbbells. And I want to work full body for 30 to 40 minutes, 3 times a week with only dumbbells and a kettlebell. And then I told it, generate this in a table. And so look what it did. Let me show you what it did.
Oh my gosh.
It generated it in a table. And it gave me my workout, my cool down, my warm up, my rep ranges, my sets, everything like that. And then I said, I need more arm exercises because curls get the girls. So that's what I did. And it gave me more arm workouts so that I can, I don't know, get more girls, I guess. You're hanging out with you're talking about you're hitting on guys at the bar. I'm getting girls with I'm sure our spouses would love to hear this. Love to hear this.
You know what? I think that we could join forces and go to the bar together and be each other's wingman, and I could be like, "Hey, does that guy over there look like he codes?" And you'd be like, "Hang on, yeah." And then you'd be like, "See those?" They'd be like, "See those girls over there? How am I doing?" And I'll be like, "Girl, yeah, go get them. Girls get the girls."
I just think there'd be a lot of embarrassment that would happen. Like I would intentionally sabotage you, and I wouldn't trust you to do the same.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
But we are actually married, though, so that probably wouldn't be a good thing to do.
That's also true. But you know what we could do with all that energy? We could go with Jamie and just totally hook her up.
There it is. There it is.
Okay. We're gonna be we're gonna be a wingman dream team. And just guys, let us know. Fill out a tech form. And if you want us to come to the bar with you and get you married, we got all the tips. Okay. I think Jamie's in. I'm almost sure this is a commitment.
ChatGPT is going to find me a flight to Canada. They just need to know all of this information, and it's going to find me a flight to Canada. See, it's just
that's perfect. We're set. So Emily and Jared are probably not watching this because you know what? They get us for free all the time. So they don't tune. They don't tune in on their lunch.
Amused as we think they are.
They don't tune in on their lunch to get more of us. They get this all the time.
Yeah. All right, let's do our game. Any questions about ChatGPT?
I have a question for ChatGPT.
Okay.
I have a question for ChatGPT. What is the best pickup line for getting a dude at the bar? And I love that this will now be on your history.
Yes. Well, this is like my testing one. What is the best pickup line for picking up dudes at a bar?
This is going to be another thing we know about Chachi. He picks up dudes at the bar.
Oh, be confident. So this isn't giving me a pickup line. This is giving us
just sort of how to like be a likable person.
Remember, Jamie, here, copy this, Jamie. There you go.
This is Jamie, smile. That's a good one. Show interest. Ask open-ended questions, like not yes or no. Like be like, do you like sports? And they're like, no. And you're like, oh,
that ends that interaction.
It's gonna be hard to move forward from that. Jamie, anything else you need? Just let us know. Your wingmen are here. Okay. So Jamie, now our game. Yeah. Actually, she seems to be fine with it. Correct it as an example.
Yes, you can. Thank you. That's actually really helpful. So, using the above information. Using the above information, please provide me with 10 different
Jamie says instead of do you code, rather, what do you like to code? So it's an open-ended question. Oh, that's good. You can make that even more open-ended. Hi there. Mind if I join you and strike up a friendly conversation?
I'm not trying to impress you, but I'm genuinely interested in getting to know you better. Can I buy you a drink and chat? See, that's more authentic.
I would be so freaked out if someone said, "Hi, I'm not trying to impress you, but I would like to genuinely have a genuine conversation and chat." I'd be like, "That's a robot." And yes,
For
I will
sure.
chat with you because I'm pretty lonely. Okay. Now for our game. Our game is we're going to see how much personality ChatGPT is capable of. So I would like to source a tagline from the crowd here. So help us. How about this? Our upcoming thing is called Six Figure VA. Help us come up with a tagline for Six Figure VA.
Perfect.
What's going to make them come to this webinar? The things we're teaching is how to make 10K months. We're teaching how to scale. We're teaching, what are we teaching? Whether you want to scale with a team, without a team, are you someone who wants to do the work? Do you want to never work again? Do you want to manage a team? Do you want your team to go on autopilot or like without you run your business? Help us come up with a tagline for that. Chachi, you can come up with some while we wait for people. Oh, product
Product type packages. That's a good one too.
packages.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a couple words. I think the one we
We need more, Erica.
I think the one we went with was make 10K months in your virtual assistant business. So I'll give you guys a few more seconds. Otherwise, we'll just go with that one. Oh, or should we have ChatGPT come up with it?
Current tagline for our upcoming webinar is what?
Make 10K months. Oh, we got one from Facebook user.
Okay, what is it?
We got another CIA person. How to scale to six figures while retaining your work-life balance.
How to scale to six figures while, say again?
Retaining your work-life balance.
Work-life balance. All right, what do you want it to do now?
So I want to do this in levels because
Okay.
it can really add like a lot of personality. Okay. Also, I hope it doesn't cuss. Sorry in advance if it cusses. It's not our fault. It's, it's a robot.
Robot, we can't control it.
Let's say in a professional tone.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what happens. Thinking.
There it is. Unlocking success, achieving six-figure growth with work-life balance, strategies for scaling your business and prioritizing personal well-being.
Ooh, see how it added like achieving, strategy, and prioritize? Okay, that's fancy. Okay, so let's do it again, but this time casual tone. Okay, so it switched like achieving to elevate.
Mm-hmm. Elevate. Mm-hmm.
Keeping your sanity, that's kind of, casual. Mastering the art of scaling without sacrificing work life. Okay, that feels more casual to me. That checks out.
It does. Okay.
Let's do funny tone. Erica's straight up just working now. She's like, "Oh, I like that. Okay, I like that. Let's use that."
Rewrite the tagline in a
Funny.
funny tone.
Chasing that six-figure dream and still having time to Netflix. Cracking the code to scale your business while keeping your sanity intact. You know what made it funny was that exclamation point at the end.
There it is.
So zany.
And so again,
Okay.
what we could do is we could give it so much information, like here are the people that we are talking to, right? This is our ideal client. This is what the webinar is going to cover. This is what our copy usually sounds like. And then tell it, generate personality, make it more engaging based on all of this information that I just gave you. So like your prompt could be, I don't know,
So
like
long.
half a screen long. Yeah. And it could generate something for you.
So this is going to be the true test.
Okay.
Let's do it one more time.
All right.
Rewrite it in a hilarious, silly tone. Suspense is killing me. From zero to hero and still time for a superhero costume. How to scale 6 figures without losing your marbles or your pajamas. And this is
See?
what makes me, as a comedy writer, go, I still get my job. I
Yep.
still get to keep my job. I love
Yeah.
it's almost like it Googled funny words. Oh, marbles.
Marbles, pajamas.
Oh, those are
Pajamas.
silly. That's the silliest thing.
Superheroes are fun.
Can you say do it again but make it rhyme?
Yeah, you could.
Oh gosh. What if we log off bless bless its heart. It tried. It sure did. What if we end our live and me and Chachi just do this the rest of the day? We realize we're not live anymore and everyone's left and we're just still like, now
Scaling
do
6
it
figures,
backwards.
work life intact. No need for stress. Just sit back and relax. From zero to hero, it's time to thrive with sanity intact. You'll feel alive.
I wish you would have done it but wrapped it. Could you try
Oh,
again?
Abby can rap it. Yes, Abby would do it. Wow. Not rapping to that.
Oh,
You're just
okay.
spitting. You're just spitting in your mic.
Yeah, it's
Poor Mike.
spitting. I'm
Oh,
spitting.
boy.
That's what I call it on the streets.
Same.
Question, why from zero to hero? Like they're
Well,
like, all I heard was do that song from Hercules. That's the main
mm,
takeaways. From zero to hero. I mean, they're not coming in with zero, but we could tell it that.
sure.
All right. Well, this was fun. I thought it was fun. You guys, do you think you'll use Chat GPT in your business or at least give it a try? Do you think you'll use it at the bar with the bros or possibly with some ladies?
Whatever.
Let us know, and please let us know if you want me and Chachi to go with you to bars and get you married, because we will do that. We have great experience in becoming married. Both of us have done it. Um, and if you want to make 10K figures, if you want to go from zero, which is what
To
you are
hero,
now, to hero without losing your
thrive.
sanity or your marbles, or your pajamas,
Keep
zoinks.
those on.
Um,
Keep those
you
on.
can sign up for our 6-figure VA. Now we just dropped this sales page. We just dropped this. Chachi finished the final touches like literally minutes ago. It's gorgeous, as usual, as most things that he touches. So 6-figure VA free 3-day webinar, thevirtualsavvy.com/6-figure VA. If you don't mind dropping that in the comments. And does anyone think they want to go? I mean, it's free. We're trying to keep it really concise because we know if you are currently a zero, but you
You
want to
probably
be
have
a
all the time in
hero.
the world, but if you're
Well,
not,
that's true. You probably have all the time in the world. But no, if you are someone who is looking to be a 6-figure VA, you probably are already a pretty busy person. So we're trying to keep the content super short and actionable. So you'll come in there and Abby, Ashley, our girl, and Rachel Dorsey, our other girl, they're going to bring you just like only action. It's going to be so juicy and good. And who doesn't want to make 6 figures? I mean, I do.
for sure.
All right.
It's great.
That's
It's
it,
really good.
brunchers. We will see you next time. Bye.
Hey, friends.